Sun don't shine. That's it. Oh, whoa, well. What do we have here? What's going on, everybody? This is your boy BucosLocker. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos posted on this channel. Come on in, my pirates and my sea bandits. Shouts out to you. Thank you for supporting this channel. Friday, happy Friday to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody's safe out there. Let's get down to business. Without further ado, shouts out to MTR. Drum roll, please. Now, let's get to work. I'm pretty sure most of you have been keeping the track on a particular player. What's up, man? What's up? What's up, Willie? I'm sure most of you have been keeping the track of the Deshaun Watson situation. For a minute we brought his name up a few times. What up, Kim Son and Mr. Everything Bucs, and Willie. You know what I'm saying? Johnny, WD, who that for life? Okay, here we go. Anyway, saying about your team, fam. Chili Wheel. So, I'm pretty sure y'all heard of the news with Deshaun Watson being cleared of all criminal charges. Now, it's civil lawsuits, which I kind of figured it was going to be like this. What's up, Grizzlo? Al. Civil lawsuits remain, which basically means the ladies want to be paid off. That's what that means. There was no real criminal evidence. This has taken over a year now. So let me make this clear for those of you that kind of bashed Deshaun Watson, that you said negative things about him. Innocent until proven guilty. Now, some of you still think he's guilty. Now, remember you're not in the court system, right? You're not even in the court system. You're not a judge, you're not a lawyer, prosecutor, whatever. So you can have your opinion, but it doesn't make it a fact. I stand up for Deshaun Watson, and I rock with him. I rock with him big time. And I'll get to that in a second. A lot of players have been through stuff like this, have been ridiculed over social media for over a year now. Deshaun Watson's been bashed by, small market media, medium size, big media, even fans, right? And the thing about it, this stink will stick with him for the rest of his career. Look at Roethlisberger, look at Winston, look at these other quarterbacks and other players that has been in criminal situations when they wasn't proven guilty. Now, literally, they spent over a year with this case, and he was found not guilty in the court of law, which means the way the legal system has been written over the decades and centuries, this is the outcome of how things work out. So no matter how you feel about Deshaun Watson, it doesn't matter. What matters is what the legal system says, the system that was put in place for years, decades, centuries. That's what matters in the court of law. So opinions are like the things, like a-holes. We all got one. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get down to compensation. Now, I know a lot of Bucs fans right now are talking about get Deshaun Watson. I am saying the same thing. I am ecstatic about this move. Now, it's gonna take some capital, which I don't think we're the top team that can pull this off because of what teams want. And I'll get to that in a second. When it comes to trade packages, now he has a no trade clause, right? He has a no trade clause. But when it comes to packages, the Bucs are on the list. But the problem is we're not at the top when it comes to attractive packages. Due to the fact that our roster, remember now, a loaded roster, so we should have, if our roster is loaded, shouldn't we have a more better package or attractive package? This is all. So we don't have much to offer as far as players. Now we can give up picks, of course, but there's other teams with bigger packages. The Bucs are on the list, but I don't think we're in the top 3 or 4 teams that can offer the best package. If that makes sense. Now, remember we're on the list, but we're talking about compensation, right? And you just seen what the Broncos gave up for Russell Wilson. I mean, 8 players, 5 picks, 3 players. Deshaun Watson, 7 years younger. You think he's equal value of Russell Wilson? 8 players. So at a minimum, let's just say it's going to take 8 players. That's draft picks and players, right? That's draft picks and players. It's going to take 8 of them, minimal, at the bare minimum. Now, let's break this down from a Bucs standpoint. Let's just go with what the Seahawks gave the Broncos. I mean, what the Broncos gave the Seahawks. Let's just go with that, the bare minimum, the baseline. Just the Bucs. Now, I'm not talking about the Panthers, or the Eagles or the Giants or the Dolphins, or the Seahawks who got a lot of picks. Let's just go with the bare minimum. 5 picks in the draft. Right? Was it 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, and a 5th or 4th round? Let's just say a 4th rounder, right? So that's 5 draft picks for a 26-year-old quarterback. So that you give up 5 picks. Then you give up 3 players. Now remember, these players have to be attractive on the roster currently under contract. So what 3 players from this loaded roster, per a lot of Bucs fans and media, what can the Bucs give up to get Deshaun Watson as far as players-wise? What would the Texans be attracted to when it comes to the Bucs roster that's worth of value? Now, can anybody give me the 3 players that the Bucs will have to come up with for a 26-year-old quarterback, an elite quarterback, top 5, top 7 quarterback? We just saw Russell Wilson get taken for 8 picks. You got to give up 3 players, and they got to be solid. And it has to be attractive. So let's just start with the bare minimum. Let's give the group of guys that teams will actually be interested in players on our team. Devin White, Tristian Wrifs, Shaq Barrett, Antonie Winfield Jr., maybe Joe Tryon. Anybody else? I'm just saying. Anybody else that's on this roster currently constructed, that's under contract, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Outside of those guys, really, who do we have of value on this loaded roster? Remember, we're loaded, so we should be able to just hand away 3 players, right? I want y'all to think about this. This sometimes things like this will get you to really look at the roster and be like, and you look at these other teams with their package deals, you be like, man, can we compete? So I just want y'all to understand what 3 players under the contract on the Bucs roster that the Texans will be like, I want those 3. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Out of one of those 3, it's going to be somebody young. So you can keep trying to throw, you can throw these mediocre players out there, but Wrifs, Godwin, Tryon, Winfield Jr., they got to be on the table. They're gonna ask for one of them. And you can tap dance around those guys, the core guys, the Vita. You can tap dance around all you want to. But if you want Deshaun Watson, you got to give up one of those dudes, right? Maybe 2. Some of y'all went, oh, Murphy Bunn, Cameron Brate. You're gonna dance around. You're gonna try to dance around the talent. And you're going to just throw Cameron Brate out there and Jamel Dean and Murphy Bunton. When I say attractive, the Bucs have more attractive players than Jamel Dean, Murphy Bunton, and Cameron Brate. You do realize that, right? See, this is what I'm saying. I want y'all to understand business aspect. So you can tap dance and throw all these mediocre players out there, but teams are going to want somebody good. One or two of those guys. I'm going to repeat. Evans, Godwin, Winfield Jr., Shaq Barrett, Wrifs. You're going to have to throw maybe 2 of those guys out there, and maybe you can throw in Brate as a 3rd player. But you think you finna tap dance and just hand the Texans just mediocre players without giving somebody good up? You know it ain't gonna happen. You know it ain't gonna happen. But that's just you being greedy as a Bucs fan. Now I wouldn't mind giving up one of those guys to get Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? Remember, players under contract. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like a lot of us thinking, oh, we're just gonna we're gonna just throw mediocre guys out there to get Deshaun Watson. That's not how it works. I'm a businessman. That's not how it works. I want some of value on the roster. So it can't be free agents. O.J. Howard, Fournette, Carlton Davis, Whitehead, free agents. They don't count. See, you can't tap dance around the truth. The truth of the matter is you got to give up something to get that guy. And Bucs fans think that we don't have to give up nobody. We can give up all mediocre to below average guys and some picks. No. The Texans going to be like, Russell Wilson got half of 8 picks. Well, we're going to want at least 8. And I think they might want more than that. Maybe 10 players. So you really think you're finna tap dance without giving up some of your good guys? Under contract, not talking about free agents. You can't add those guys to the deal because they're not on the team. March 14th, free agency starts. So if you run around here saying Carlton Davis, O.J. Howard, Jordan Whitehead, they're not on the team. Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, they're not on the team. Do you understand how business works? I want ROI. I want something of value. Well, okay, cool. Okay, Cameron Brate, Jamel Dean, and Murphy Bunting. And 4 picks for Deshaun Watson. The Broncos had to give up Noah Fant and Shelby Harris, 2 really good players that, to be honest with you, they're better than Cameron Brate and Jamel Dean and Murphy Bunting. Let's be real. Remember, with this loaded roster, the Bucs should easily be able to give up whatever, right? Loaded roster, just give it up. Quarterback away, just give up, right? Give up the picks and give up the players. Loaded roster, give up the players to get Deshaun Watson. Right? I'm just keeping it real. The Bucs got a loaded roster. They should have no problem just handing over. What do you want, Houston? That's what the conversation should be like. Jason Light, who has a relationship with Nick Castro, should be like, Nick, what you want? They have a relationship. They used to work together. So what you want, Nick? It shouldn't be, well, just give up Cameron Brate and Murphy Bunting and Jamel Dean and 4 first round and 4 picks. That ain't gonna cut it. Y'all know that. Now, don't get me wrong. One of the players can be a throw-in, right? A throw-in player. You know, you can throw in the Cameron Brate. You know what I'm saying? You can throw in the Cameron Brate or Cal Trask. You know, you can throw in a Cal Trask. One player has to be a throw-in player. So your throw-in players is Cal Trask, Cameron Brate. You can throw in a Whitehead or Edwards. You can throw in an Edwards. You know, those are, to me, Jamel Dean, Murphy Bunting, Mike Edwards, Cameron Brate. Those are throw-in players. Those are just the add-on to the amount of the compensation that you have to give up. Those are not players you're like, we can't lose him. We need Mike Edwards. We do need him, but you can throw those guys in the deal. Like, okay, there you go. We can replace those guys. But you can't get a quarterback like Deshaun Watson. See, this is what I'm saying. Are you thinking about 7 to 10 years? This is where the Bucs got to separate the Tom Brady syndrome. It's a 2-year run. This is an opportunity to think 7 to 10 years ahead. You will sell more by getting Deshaun Watson than you did with Brady. I'm going to tell you why. Long term. But I'm choking up. Adding Deshaun Watson keeps us winning longer than what we had with Brady. Now, we had a Super Bowl, but you're missing the point. Deshaun Watson can make this franchise more respectable. That means winning seasons, not just 2 and then, having a lot of mediocre and below average seasons. I'm talking we can have 11, 12 win, 13 win seasons every year next 5 to 7 to 10 years. We don't have to worry about the Tom Brady crap. retirement out the blue. You know what I'm saying? Like now we got to think about the quarterback. We don't have to worry about that for the next 17 years. The stadium will still sell out with Deshaun Watson. Now there will be some people that don't like it because of the history, the background with the criminal stuff, what he was not charged with. But my point is, the franchise can be creditable and more respected with Deshaun Watson moving forward. The baseline was set, short-lived, 2 years. But y'all know, well as I know, without a quarterback, we'll be lucky to win 8 games. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know good. I don't care what you think. Well, I do care, but you get what I'm saying. You really think you finna go into the season with Kyle Trask or Blaine Gabbert and win 12 games? 13? 10? 11 games? Boy, stop. You know just as well as I know. Kyle Trask or Blaine Gabbert, that's a transition year. And y'all know that. That is at best 9 wins. And you'll be lucky to get that. Remember, I told y'all 9 wins is the ceiling. The floor is probably 7, 6. That's not good. That's a huge drop off. Can you imagine if we don't get this quarterback? You go from 13 wins to 7? That's a huge drop off. Remember, we were just a quarterback away. So you mean to tell me we lose the quarterback, we go from 13 wins to 7 to 6? I'm just curious. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things that we're about to find out about the Bucs in general. Because if you get Deshaun Watson, we can still win, 12, 13, maybe 14 games. Easy. And find a way to keep Godwin and find a way to keep Godwin and Evans and lose some other pieces, but you can replace them. You figure it out. Now, if you look at the cap hit, Deshaun Watson's cap hit is pretty big. The next 4 years. I think it was a 4-year, $156 million deal, so it's like 35, 35, 32, 32. Now, trying to fill out the roster, figure it out. If you get what I'm saying, figure it out. But you got the quarterback. And I hate to say this, but if you get Deshaun Watson, you got some trade assets there on the team. I mean, I hate to say it like this, but let's keep it real. Mike Evans, Donovan Smith can recoup some picks for you. But the point is you got the guy under center. You can recoup picks by making trades. You have some trade assets. Not a lot. You don't have a lot of trade assets. Remember now, well, we kind of do if we're going to stay with the theme of the Bucs is loaded. If we're going to stay with that theme, the Bucs should be able to figure it out. The Bucs roster loaded. So many assets. We can lose 4 or 5 guys. We can lose 8, over the next, 2 or 3 years. We can lose 8 players. We can lose 3 current players, and we can lose our first and second round this year and our first and second round next year. In a 4th rounder. We can survive with that, right? But remember now, if we lose those guys in picks, we have trade assets. Evans and Donovan Smith are trade assets. They are. You might not want to hear it, but it's the truth of the reality. They both over, 27, right? Donovan Smith, 27, 26, 27 years old. They are very attractive to teams. They play positions that are needy. Donovan Smith can get you a second rounder. And maybe a 4th. He can get you 2 picks. Mike Evans can get you a second. You can recoup those picks with just those 2 guys. And you can figure it out after that. You keep Godwin and you can trade Evans. I'm just giving y'all some scenarios. Not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just giving y'all scenarios. This ain't no hypotheticals. This is real scenarios. That can happen. Now, remember, probability versus possibility. Remember that? Now, the probability of those things happening is not high. Now, the possibility is there, but the probability is low. See the difference? But we can If the Bucs roster is loaded, we should be able to recoup some of these picks by trading players. Because then, just as easy, the Bucs gave up so the Bucs went to go all in for the short term, right? And we got a Super Bowl out of it. So you mean to tell me the Bucs went all in short term, but they're not going to go in long term? I'm just saying. Think about that for a second. You went all in for a short window, but you don't want to go all in for a long-term window. Which one would you rather? Let me be honest with y'all. If this scenario, the what-if scenario of BucosLocker, if Deshaun Watson and Tom Brady was there at the same time, who would you choose? Both quarterbacks was available. Both quarterbacks want to come to Tampa in 2020. Who would you choose? You would choose the right now, or would you choose long term? Now think about that for a second. Would you win, and think about it. Now, mind you, everything played out perfect. But could the Bucs win the Super Bowl with Deshaun Watson? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, is Tom Brady the only guy that could have won a Super Bowl with the Bucs roster in 2020? So you go in short term, but you don't want to go in long term. Now, y'all know me on my channel. I'm a forward thinker. I don't think one step ahead of me. I always think 5-10 steps ahead. That's like when I drive my car. I never look at the car in front of me. I mean, I do look at the car in front of me, but I drive like chess. So it's just as easy. The Bucs went out and went all in for Tom Brady. Why can't you go all in for Deshaun Watson? Because don't get me wrong, to me, in my opinion, just an opinion, there's several other quarterbacks that could have played with the Bucs in 2020 and pretty much won the Super Bowl. Brady wasn't the only quarterback. You could stick Mahomes, Herbert, Burrow, Watson, Wilson, Rodgers, Stafford. You could stick several other quarterbacks in the exact same situation. I think we get the exact same outcome. Josh Allen. So let's not make it seem like, he's the only one that can do that. There's several other quarterbacks would have been in the same situation, pretty much, because those are really good quarterbacks. I just gave you 7 of them, 8 of them. I'm just saying. Now, granted, that means you still was able to get Gronkowski and Fournette and AB and Ryan Suckup, right? But they can't do it by themselves. Don't get that misconstrued. No one man can win a game by himself. But I'm saying, adding one of those quarterbacks along with the Super Friends, I think we in the same situation. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, because the talent, right? Tom Brady's one of the GOATs, but there's other quarterbacks that can jump right on in and, make something happen too. No discredit to Tom Brady. I'm glad we got the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get y'all to see the bigger picture here with Deshaun Watson. We can be in that situation multiple times moving forward. It don't have to be just a 2-year run. It don't have to be just a 2-year run. Getting Deshaun Watson can be a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, 6-year, 7-year run. We can get that level of play all the way until he's 35. So it don't have to stop at Brady and have a big drop off. You know what I'm saying? Like Brady laid the foundation, put the winning culture around, got everybody trying to win. You know, that's good. But now you have a chance to continue on with the winning ways. The franchise values increased, the tickets, the stadium stay sold out, the jersey sales stay up. We might be able to keep Gronkowski, maybe Fournette. You know, you get what I'm saying? You got to think bigger picture here. Then we become an attractive destination even more because now you got a young Deshaun Watson. You see the benefit of signing Deshaun Watson mid-term and long-term instead of just a 2-year run? I'm just trying to get y'all to think bigger picture here. Giving up whatever you can to get Deshaun Watson is for the mid-term and long-term. Think about that for a second. From 26 to 35 years old, you literally got a top 5 quarterback. Top 7. Think about that for a second. Because if we don't get Deshaun Watson, y'all see what we got on the team? A lot of people ain't feeling Kyle Trask. Now they call him Kyle Trash. Really? Kyle Trash? That's them Seminole fans and Hurricane fans. Do you sacrifice now for the midterm and long term? I would. You want to go into the season with Kyle Trask and blame Gabbett? I know I said his name wrong, but that's what I call him. I'm just saying. Think long term, Bucs fans. Think long term. Think midterm and long term. 26 years old, and we can have that guy all the way until 35 easily at a high level. And all we gotta do is just put pieces around him. And the thing about it, it don't have to be perfect with Deshaun Watson. Let's make that clear. It don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect with Deshaun Watson. He don't need every piece to be really good. He was good with the Texans. And you seen that travesty over there. Bill O'Brien, the Castro, whatever he was. He wasn't the GM at the time, but he was part of the front office. So he can win with not so good players. But at what cost? Because now you got to take on his contract. $35 million a year for the first 2. Well, no, 35. I think it's 35, 37, 32, 32. I'm all for it. I'll get me a Deshaun Watson jersey so fast because I know he's going to be here long term. Might as well get his spot ready for the Ring of Honor. If you get Deshaun Watson, you got 7 to 10 years of And think about this. He's going to attract players the same way Tom Brady attracted his super friends. You don't think Deshaun Watson can get some guys to come to Tampa? You don't think Deshaun Watson can get guys to come to Tampa? No state tax, weather's good, food good. I'm just saying. Think about it, folks. Or do you want to be in La La Land with Kyle Trask, who I am? I am a big Gator fan, diehard Gator fan, born and raised Gator fan. I have no ties to no Seminole players, no Hurricane players, no USF Bulls, no Central Florida Golden Knights. I don't have no ties to FIU, FAU. I have no ties to no players from those schools. But you can tie me into any Gator. Any Gator. You can go back to the 90s. You can tie me in with all of them. Terry Dean, Rex Grossman, Danny Warfel, Chris Leak, Spurrier. We can go all the way back. Emmitt Smith. Eric Rhett. Oh, not Eric Rhett, but what's his name? Fred Taylor. All my ties to Gator players. I'll stick up for a Gator guy all day long, and I'll stick up for Kyle Trask. Yeah, Vernon Hargraves too. Now, even though he's a special case, but you get what I'm saying. The point is I'm a diehard Gator fan. But Deshaun Watson can get guys to come here. Javon Kearse, I know. And so many that went to the NFL. Dunlap, Spikes, Major Wright, Chris Doering, Ike Hilliard, Riedel, and Jaquez Green. I'm just saying, man. But anyway, I can't do that with the Seminoles or the Hurricanes. Well, I can, but I don't care about them. No disrespect to players in their history, but it's all about the Gators, baby. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I don't rock with Seminole players like that. I don't rock with Hurricane players like that. Or I support Florida players, born and raised in Florida. I support that, but Gators gonna be always over the Seminoles and Hurricanes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that kills a narrative that people's trying to run with the BucosLocker. No. I have no ties, no other players in the state of Florida. Zero. You can run with that. Spend it how you want to spend it. But back to Deshaun Watson. But yeah, I think the Bucs should do it. I'll be one of the first ones to go get a jersey. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being real with y'all. I'm not pandering or pushing a narrative. No, I'm just keeping it honest with y'all. That's what y'all want on this channel, right? Go get Deshaun Watson. I see the future. In my eyes. It might not be perfect, but hey, it looks a whole lot better with Deshaun Watson at quarterback than Kyle Trask and no disrespect, to Kyle Trask and Blaine Gabbert, but I don't trust them. Hell, you could trade, throw in Kyle Trask in the trade too. Like the Broncos threw in Drew Lock. Give me Deshaun Watson 10 times out of 10 for the next 7 to 10 years. If the Bucs don't get Deshaun Watson, I'm just keeping it 100. I know the possibility and the probability situation. I know the probability, but you got to give it a shot. Put a package together. Not saying that he's going to pick, the Texans going to, because all this has to be agreed upon. All parties. Watson, the Texans, and the team that he's going to. Everything has to line up. The Bucs are on the list, but they don't have the best package deal. So the probability is not high, but the possibility is there. And that possibility can turn into the real reality. Can you imagine getting Deshaun Watson in Tampa? Blaine Gabbert is not under contract. Remember, folks, keep in mind, people that are under contract for the Bucs currently, stop naming free agents. That doesn't work. Do you understand how this works? Guys under contract for the last time. So stop naming guys that are not signed for the Bucs right now. Can you stop that? You're making yourself sound silly. Please, don't do that. I'm not a cap guru. I'm not a free agent guru with all this, the numbers and the verbiage and all that and the rule books and all that. But I do know some stuff. I'm just saying, and I said this for the last couple of years. I brought this up about the Bucs contract situation, cap situation. I brought this up. Go back and watch the videos. I didn't timestamp them. But I'm just saying, you gotta find a way. Now, if you can find a way to keep Tristian Wrifs, you can't give him up. But you can give up Donovan Smith. And you can move Tristian Wrifs to the left tackle. Now, you can give up, Shaq Barrett. You got Joe Tryon. But remember, do the Texans want to take on those big contracts? See how all this works? This is why they want a young guy on a rookie deal. Do the Texans want to take on Shaq Barrett and Donovan Smith? Two big contracts that need restructuring. Remember, it has to work. Every single layer has to work. You just can't make a trade and not have the repercussions, because to get something, you have to give up something. Our ROI has to be on both sides. That's, return on investment. The Texans ain't just going to hand you Deshaun Watson for a 4th-round pick or a 2nd-round pick. And as a team, you got to be, as a front office, you have to understand, we're going to have to give up something. We're going to have to give up a lot. You literally just saw Russell Wilson go to the Broncos for 8 players. Now think about the teams that need quarterbacks now. Let's run down this list that's in play for quarterbacks. That means there's an opening there. The Colts, the Bucs, the Saints, Steelers, the Panthers, the Giants, the Eagles. Yeah. I'm just saying, there's about 7 teams I just named. And I probably forgot about one. But I just named 7 teams pretty much that have an opening for quarterback. Because who they got currently on their roster ain't gonna work. Under contract. I'm just saying. Think about this. Now, whoever don't get Deshaun Watson, the other 6, 7 teams that don't get Deshaun Watson, they're going to be kicking themselves like we should have gave up more. Because now, if you don't get Deshaun Watson, look who's left. Winston, Garoppolo, Mitchell Trubisky, Marcus Mariota. You got those guys sitting out there. Oh, the Eagles. The Giants. I know the Washington football team. I'm going to keep calling them. I don't want to call them the Commanders. I'm calling them Washington. Washington kicking themselves right now. They gave up players and they took on Carson Wentz's contract. Ew. Because if you don't get Deshaun Watson, you will be in the public eye settling. Because I can guarantee you this. You know how many teams probably on the phone right now? Yo, Nick, what's up, buddy? What you trying to get for that? What you trying to give up? You trying to, okay, we willing to give up. What's it going to take to get Deshaun Watson? Oh, this is Jason Light and Bruce Arians. We'll give you Donovan Smith, Mike Evans, and Shaq Barrett, and 2 first-rounders. Click! That ain't gonna work. Click. Don't come with that. Don't come with that deal. That ain't gonna work. 3 big contracts and 2 first-rounders. Click. Because y'all gotta realize it. Now this can deter this move right here. If they make this move, this will tell you where the Bucs is gonna be at the next 3 to 5 years. Think about this for a second. We get Deshaun Watson. We check that box. We got, the most important position, the left tackle. We can figure everything else out. But if we don't get Deshaun Watson, Jimmy G, solid. I mean, he kind of lump him in. I kind of lump him in there with the Derek Carrs and the Kirk Cousins and the Carson Wentz and Daniel Jones and decent quarterbacks, but they ain't got the dog in them. The guys that's winning the Super Bowl, they got some dog in them. We get Jimmy G, we pretty much, okay, we get a 9-10, maybe 11 wins. Depends on how he acts, if he stay healthy. Jimmy G is kind of, Jimmy G is a souped up Matt Flynn. He got paid for a couple games that he played well in, and he got paid by the 49ers. And the 49ers was like, out of here. We can't. The same thing the Rams did with Jared Goff. Gave Jared Goff that big contract. He was like, you know what? We need a dog. Did y'all know Matthew Stafford threw 17 interceptions this season? It's a lot. But he got dog in him. Y'all saw in the playoff game against the Bucs, he got some dog in him. You saw it in the NFC Championship game. You saw it in the Super Bowl. He got some dog in him. He just needed to be on the right team. The Lions weren't going to be able to put the pieces around him. Matthew Stafford fell into the perfect scenario. Joe Burrow, he got some dog in him. Mahomes, he got some dog in him. You need a dog to win at that level, at the AFC, NFC Championship level, the Super Bowl level. Every now and then you'll get a Trent Dilfer. You'll get a Brad Johnson. You might get a Nick Foles catch fire. But you go look at them quarterbacks that won the Super Bowl. Brady, Favre, Rodgers, Wilson got some dog in him. Guys that can make things happen when things are not perfect around him. But when you get a quarterback like Jimmy G or Kirk Cousins or Carson Wentz or Mitchell Trubisky, and you got to say everything got to be perfect, you're not winning the Super Bowl. You're not winning the Super Bowl if everything has to be perfect for the quarterback. Nothing was perfect on the Bucs. When the Bucs won the Super Bowl, it wasn't perfect. When the Bucs won the Super Bowl in 2020, it wasn't perfect. Y'all know that. 7-5. Remember that? Bye week. But you look at these quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl, you gotta have them dog. Every now and then you get that Trent Dilfer, that Nick Foles, that Brad Johnson, or Peyton Manning Super Bowl with the Broncos when he threw 9 touchdowns and 17 interceptions in his final season when his arm was dookie water. Baby dookie. Peyton Manning, when he won the Super Bowl with the Broncos, his arm was shot to pieces. 9 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. They carried him to the Super Bowl. He got benched for Brock Osweiler. You get a couple guys win Super Bowls like that. But you ain't finna have too many of those guys win the Super Bowl. You better have a dog. And you see what's in the AFC, right? Because if the Bucs want to go back to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to be one of them. You don't need no quarterback that need everything perfect. You need a quarterback with some alpha in him. That ain't scared. Did you see the throws that Matt Stafford made in the NFC Championship game and in the Super Bowl? You can't have no captain check down. Play it safe, game manager, Teddy Bridgewater, Kirk Cousins style. That ain't winning you no Super Bowl. Unless everything's perfect around you. Oh, sure, you can go get Teddy Bridgewater, the quote-unquote second choice that the Bucs wanted the year they got Brady. He was the second choice. Oh, you can win some games with Teddy Bridgewater, but where you going? That's a nice consolation prize. Oh, yeah, we can get Teddy Bridgewater. Cool. 9-10 wins. First round out. You want to win Super Bowls, you need guys like Brady, Burrow, Herbert, Allen, Jackson. You need some dogs. You need a dog back there. You ain't got time for no conservative play. Conservative quarterbacks win you some games. Don't get me wrong. They'll win you some games. But the dogs gonna win you the Super Bowls. Are you not paying attention to the AFC? Deshaun Watson might want to come to the NFC anyway, because you looking at the AFC, you got to deal with Allen, Herbert, Mahomes, Jackson, Burrow. And now Russell Wilson. just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to go through one of them. Come on to the NFC, man. You got Rodgers there. Week old Dak. Dinkin' Dakin. Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts. Daniel Jones. Justin Fields. Kirk Cousins. Jared Goff. Taysom Hill. Kyle Trask. Blaine Gabbert. Matt Ryan. And Sam Darnold. It ain't going to be hard to get to the Super Bowl in the NFC, to be honest with you. And if you get Deshaun Watson, the Bucs could be right back in the Super Bowl. But you need that guy. I'm just saying, folks, think about it. You get Deshaun Watson, you basically got the best quarterback in the NFC. And I know somebody, well, Aaron Rodgers still no. You get Deshaun Watson, I'll take Deshaun Watson to Aaron Rodgers right now. And Deshaun Watson's not a diva. Deshaun Watson is better than Dak Prescott. He better than Kirk Cousins. He better than Matt Ryan. He way better than Taysom Hill. Now, the guys I'm naming, they're actually signed to the team. I'm not naming guys that's not on the team. Signed. So, Deshaun Watson is better than Aaron Rodgers to me right now. Better than Kirk Cousins. Better than Dinkin' and Dakin. Better than Carson Wentz by a long shot. Better than Justin Fields. Better than Matt Ryan. Better than Sam Darnold. Better than Jared Goff. Better than Jalen Hurts. Better than Daniel Jones. You literally got the first or second best quarterback in the division, in the conference, if you get Deshaun Watson. I named all the starting quarterbacks that's on the roster, and Deshaun Watson is better than all those guys. The only guy that you can put in Deshaun Watson is like Aaron Rodgers. Every quarterback I named in the NFC is signed to the team. I didn't name quarterbacks that's not signed. I'm talking about currently on the team. You get Deshaun Watson, you literally got the first or second best quarterback. And there's only really one quarterback that can rival Deshaun Watson in the NFC, and that's Aaron Rodgers. That he can match Deshaun Watson throw for throw. Arm talent, playmaking, dog in him, alpha in him. That's going to make a play. That ain't scared. Now, I know Aaron Rodgers is a diva and all that, and he plays it safe, but you get what I'm saying. At least with Aaron Rodgers, you got the first or second best quarterback. So even if you can bash Aaron Rodgers, he has his flaws. But he's still literally right now the best. Oh, I'm sorry. Matthew Stafford. I'm sorry. So you get Deshaun Watson, you basically got one of three quarterbacks in the NFC that can get you the championship. I'm sorry. No disrespect to Matthew Stafford. My bad. I'm sorry. I forgot about Matthew Stafford. I'm not a big fan of Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray ain't got no dog in him. He's soft. So no disrespect. I forgot about the NFC West. I'm sorry. Trey Lance, too young. Jimmy G's under contract still. Not happening. But yeah, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, and you get Deshaun Watson. There you go. The three best quarterbacks in the NFC. The road to the Super Bowl going to be Green Bay, the Rams, or the Bucs if the Bucs get Deshaun Watson. Think about that for a second, folks. Literally, I just gave y'all all the quarterbacks in the NFC. You get Deshaun Watson, you got literally the first, second, or third best quarterback in the conference. Am I lying? Would you take Kyler Murray over Deshaun Watson? What quarterback outside of Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers in the NFC you'll take over Deshaun Watson? Don't worry, I'll wait. Name me any quarterback outside of Stafford and Rodgers that you would take over Deshaun Watson. I'm just trying to get y'all to see the bigger picture here. I just want y'all to see the bigger picture. Do you understand where I'm coming from? This is why you got to go get Deshaun Watson. You got to give it up. Give up the ghost. Go. You got to give it up. You want 9 players? Here you go. You want 4 first rounders? 4 first rounders and 2 seconds and 3 players? If you got a competent front office, you'll figure it out, the roster, right? If Jason Light is a top-level GM, you make the deal and you figure it out. Remember, nothing has to be perfect with Deshaun Watson. He can make things happen. And you can get 4, maybe 5 years of him just running around making things happen. He did it in Houston. And won games there. At least our front office is competent, right? Make the deal, Jason. I understand it's not, the probability is low, but the possibility is there. Make the deal, Jason. Make the deal. Deal with it. Deal with whatever comes after that, because you should be able to figure it out. John Spike it. The assistant GM, the player pro, whatever, he can figure it out with the cap situation. The Rams wasn't scared. They made the move. The Bucs wasn't scared. They made the move. The Broncos ain't scared. They made the move. The Bucs signed Tom Brady, knowing that it was short term. That was a risky move. So you want to talk about some no risky, no biscuit? If you want to see no risky, no biscuit, here you go. This is when you want to go see it. That door number 2, this is when you want to go risky to get the biscuit. There you go. There you go, Bruce Arians. Bring back that no risky, no biscuit mindset and go get Deshaun Watson. Just keeping it real, man. I'm being real as I can be. Because, you know, as far as the no risky, no biscuit offense, I can care less about that 1980 style offense. But the mentality is, this is when you want to have the no risky, no biscuit mindset. Go get the guy. Now, the possibility of us getting him is low, and the probability is low, but hey, it's a chance, right? Because I'm telling you, the day that you see when you wake up, I'm telling you, whoever signs Deshaun Watson, whoever signs Deshaun Watson, of course, if he signs with the Bucs or trades, if he get traded to the Bucs, okay, cool. I'll make a video. But wherever he goes, if he doesn't go to the Bucs, I don't care where he goes. I'm going to make a video. And I'm going to be on Light and Arians' coattails. Yep. We got about 5 more minutes before I wrap this video up. But what y'all think about that? Because wherever Deshaun Watson goes, if he goes to any team outside of the Bucs, I'm still making a video. And I'm going to give it to the front office of the Bucs. I'm going to give it, because you went after Brady, but you don't want to go after Deshaun Watson? Now, granted, Brady was a free agent, yeah, I get that part. I'm saying, but you took a risk of signing a 42-year-old quarterback, 43-year-old quarterback at the time. You knew signing that guy was only a 2-year, 3-year run, and he gave y'all 2. He gave the Bucs 2 years. He gave us 2 years. He gave us 2 years. He gave us a Super Bowl and an NFC South Division champion. He brought fans. He sold out the stadium. Concessions was up. Franchise value went up. He brought a lot to the Bucs. His name alone. And then he brought his super friends. Gronk, AB, Fournette, Ryan Suckup. All of them were starters. All of them scored in the Super Bowl. All of them had major impact on the Bucs. Just keeping it real, folks. I mean, So what y'all thoughts about getting Deshaun Watson? Are you cool with it? Are you cool giving up 8 to 10 players? That's picks and players. Are you cool giving up the draft picks? Is how important draft picks are to the Bucs? Oh, forgot about the Steelers. So there's about 9 teams that's going to possibly call. Well, there's going to be 9 teams that's going to call for Deshaun Watson, and we're one of them. And we got to compete to get that guy. The Bucs have to compete to get Deshaun Watson, and whoever got the best trade package, and whoever got now, granted, Deshaun Watson has no trade clause, so he can't dictate where he wants to go. But I mean, come on. Now he can slam the door on some teams, but dude, they doing you a favor by getting you out of there, and you got to kind of return that too. So Deshaun Watson also on his end gonna have to be realistic too. Now he can say I don't want to go there. He can say I don't want to go nowhere but to one team, and the one team be like, oh, we're just gonna give up 4 picks. That's bad business. So the Texans and Deshaun Watson has to be realistic. Like they have to understand the situation they're in. And as Deshaun Watson, you don't want to be looked at as that type of guy. Like you screw the franchise up, you screw the Texans up. You get what I'm saying? Like from a business, that's not a good look. You can hurt some, you can make some bad juju with that situation. The Texans situation is very touchy between Deshaun Watson and the Texans because the Texans gonna want something in return, but Deshaun Watson is gonna want to go somewhere. So you're gonna have to meet in the middle. So Deshaun gonna probably have about 3 or 4 teams that he like. Look, I'm ready to go. Here's the 3 teams. Figure it out. Because he has a no trade clause. I forgot about the Dolphins. That's like 10 teams. Hold on, let me go down the list. Okay, let's go down the list, folks. Let's name the teams that can use Deshaun Watson. Let's go down the list. Let's make a list right now. Let's just type a list in the chat room. Let's start with the Dolphins. So somebody type in the Dolphins. Somebody on the side of a piece of paper, type in the Dolphins on a notepad or whatever. Dolphins, Steelers, Panthers, Saints, Eagles, Giants. Oh, I can't. It's so many teams I can't keep up with. Saints, Bucs, Colts, Steelers, Giants, Eagles, Seahawks, Lions. Well, you can throw them in there too, but let's just say 10. It's 10 teams. There's so many teams that can use Deshaun Watson like right now. Browns. Oh, the Browns could give up to Baker Mayfield. They'll give up on him quickly. So Deshaun Watson, he's probably going to end up picking like 3 teams that he wants to go to. And out of those 3 teams, who's going to give him the best package deal? Because there's reports saying that Deshaun Watson was like, they got to have a defense, they got to have an O-line, and they got to have a good, coaching staff, front office. The Bucs can check some of those boxes too. So can the Colts and the Steelers. Oh yeah, Panthers. It's like 10 teams, folks. 10 teams. All right, here we go. Dolphins, Steelers, Panthers, Saints, Eagles, Giants, Bucs, Colts, Seahawks, Browns, Vikings. So yeah, 12 teams. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Aquamegalodon. It's like 11 to 12 teams right there. I'm going to repeat. The teams that the Bucs got to compete with to get Deshaun Watson. Dolphins, Steelers, Panthers, Saints, Eagles, Giants, Colts, Seahawks, Browns, Vikings, and the 49ers. If they can maybe they're not sold on Trey Lance yet. 11 teams the Bucs got to compete with when it comes to package deals. I've been trying to tell y'all, man. We gonna have to put up a look out of all the teams I just named. What do you rank the Bucs' chances of getting Deshaun Watson? I just named 12 teams total. What number will you put the Bucs at as far as chances of getting Deshaun Watson? Are they the second best team to get him? The second, or as far I'm talking about package, like in checking the boxes, right? Package deal and checking the boxes. I would have to put the Bucs probably like between 4 and like 6. Yeah, that's not bad either. Out of 12 teams, the fourth best, or between the fourth, fifth, or sixth best team to get Deshaun Watson chance. You know what I'm saying? Because there's, to me, looking at the list, there's other teams that have better packages. But now remember, you got to make the cut too. You got to be on the list of teams where Deshaun Watson wants to go. So you got to factor that in too. So yeah, I just named 12 teams, but you got to check the boxes too. I mean, the 49ers, you got to put them as a destination if possible, right? They literally can be the Rams. They basically can pull what the Rams did by getting Deshaun Watson, giving up Trey Lance. If the 49ers do that, they going. They are literally a quarterback away. The 49ers can go get Deshaun Watson and go to the Super Bowl. They are literally a quarterback away. They went there with Jimmy G. NFC Championship game and a Super Bowl. Somebody said the Saints and Deshaun Watson, I believe, right? The Saints, are they a quarterback away? No, they top 5 defense, top level front office. They need some weapons. So I don't think they're like, I mean, they got a good O-line, but I don't think they like at the top of the list because of the weapons. But he did say good O-line and defense and front office too. So, but Dennis Allen, I don't see that matchup happen. I don't see Dennis Allen and Deshaun Watson, meshing well. I just don't see it. The Panthers, nah. I don't see them getting Deshaun Watson. Matt Rule and Deshaun Watson, nah, I don't see that. I could definitely see Deshaun with the Colts, but I don't think the Texans will trade him within the division, right? The Colts are kind of sugar honey iced tea out of luck because I don't think they're gonna trade Deshaun Watson to the Colts. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Colts got $70 million and they can take on the contract, but why would you trade him to the Colts in your division when you got to see him twice a year? The Colts will be a fool. I mean, I'm sorry. The Texans will be a fool to trade Deshaun Watson to the Colts. Now the Colts can take on his contract and add some more pieces around him. Now I will say that the Colts are one of the few teams that can absorb Deshaun Watson's contract and put pieces around him. They got $70 million of cap space. The Colts, who already got a good roster. They literally are quarterback away too. And quarterback and one receiver away. Top level receiver. Or maybe 2. You get a top level receiver and get one of the Ricky studs. Steelers. They got weapons. Got a defense. Got a coaching. Front office, solid. Seahawks. Metcalf and Lockett. Pete Carroll, even though we don't, but Pete Carroll been winning 10 games for the longest. Front office been pretty good, even with a mediocre roster, right? And they still been winning without, you know. Like, I'm just going down the list and naming these teams. The Vikings got some pieces if they wanted to get rid of Kirk Cousins, send Kirk Cousins to Houston, and swap with Deshaun Watson. They got the pieces, and both contracts match. Oh, the Vikings and the Texans can do it. Deshaun Watson and Kirk Cousins contracts pretty much match up. Perfect. That could be an even trade. Thielen, Jefferson, Cook. I know that the Seahawks got a lot of picks, but I would say the Bucs are probably like fourth, fifth, or sixth best team with the chances of getting them. I'm just throwing it out there, folks. I'm just giving y'all scenarios and different teams, but it's gonna be a fun, and I'm expecting this to get done within the next week. I don't think this Deshaun Watson, where is he going thing is gonna like last a long time. Remember, free agency start Monday, don't it? Oh Lord. Hey, I'm gonna be glued. Free agency starts Monday. And y'all know the first two or 3 days be off the chain. I guarantee you right now, there's deals already done. Or it starts Sunday? Oh, I thought it was it was the 14th, right? Today's the what today is? Today is the I thought it was the 14th, March 14th. I thought free agency starts March 14th. Am I lying? Did I read that wrong? Or was it March 13th? Can anybody correct me on that? Is it March 14th is the first day of free agency, right? Monday. Free agency don't start on a Sunday. Am I tripping? Look, it doesn't matter. Whenever it starts, Sunday, Monday, the first 2 days. Yeah, March 14th. I thought so. Anyway. Let me doubt myself. Anyway, the first day of free agency is going to be wild. March 16th? So which one is it? I thought it was the 14th. Monday. Wednesday? So it starts on a Wednesday? Look, okay. Monday, Wednesday, okay. The first 2 days of free agency is going to be wild. I am pretty sure there are deals already on the table. They just can't announce them because of tampering, because you got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to tamper or stuff like that. But there's deals already there. You can't announce them. And y'all know every year, first day of free agency, them deals be coming. The first 2 days, y'all know them first two or 3 days of free agency, man. Them deals be hitting. I'm talking about Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter. They're gonna be Field Yates and all of them. They announcing them deals. I'll say, okay, so March 14th, they can contact teams. There you go. See, I knew I was kind of somewhat right up in that range. Sunday, 1 p.m., but Monday they can start contacting the teams. But anyway, but you get what I'm saying. Y'all follow me on that. Them deals gonna be hitting. And there's a lot of guys, veteran guys that's sitting out there that's looking for contracts. They got cut. Looking for contracts. So the 14th, they can contact the teams. Yo. So that Deshaun Watson situation, I'm expecting that to be done by next Friday. Like from now until next Friday. So Sunday at 1 p.m., but Monday they can start contacting teams. So let's just say Monday. Monday, you're going to start seeing them contracts get thrown out there. Because you got to jump on it fast. You ain't got time to wait. From a player's perspective, you don't want to wait. You don't want to miss out on the bag. Ryan Jensen, he won a bag. This is his last contract, so he won a bag. And the Bengals got a lot of money. And all they need is O-line. You don't think the Bengals going to throw money at Ryan Jensen? or the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? Think about that for a second. There's a high probability that Ryan Jensen will not come back to the Bucs. The Bucs drafted Robert Hainsley. Deal with it. Ryan Jensen looking for the bag, and the Bucs can't give it to him. If they do, okay, cool. But you got other pieces to sign too. Carlton Davis, somebody gonna throw him a bag. I'm telling y'all, Monday, Tuesday, and probably Wednesday, a lot of stuff gonna be done. And by the time next Friday hit, it's gonna be sprinkles. The Bucs front office better get ready because I don't know how much of a player they're gonna be in free agency, but man, oh man. I'll say there you go. March 14th, contact the teams. Yo, let's get them deals done. March 16th, you can announce that's my point. Them deals be in place before the actual start of free agency. Trust me. We see this every year. Y'all think when these guys sign on the day of free agency, the deal just happened? No, man. They talk through third parties. They talk through friends and associates. Them deals be in place before the 16th. On Wednesday, when the official day starts. You can contact the teams on March 14th. Them deals be in place when Wednesday hit. You're going to see deal after deal after deal after deal after deal. The reason why they have the contact time frame is you can get the stuff going. Because to be honest with you, deals don't take that long. Because as a player, you know what you want. You know what you're worth. Your agent tells you this is your market value. You know, it gives you the range, 8 to 10, 12 to 15, 15 to 19. You want to see the ranges? Depending on your position, this is your range. And depending on your age and the caliber of player you are, this is your range. But anyway, I just wanted to drop this video on y'all, man. You know, Deshaun Watson, free at last. Shouts out to Deshaun Watson, man. All right, John. All right, Jason Light, Bruce Arians, door number 2, man. Make it happen. Hopefully you can. If not, Blaine Gabbert and Kyle Trask it is. It's not gonna go well. Anyway, shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining another episode of BucosLocker. Deshaun Watson's available. Okay, door number 2. Make it happen. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. With that being said, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag what does your eyes tell you? And hashtag probability over possibility. BucosLocker out. And if anything happens, I'll be back on here live. Deuces. Have a great weekend.